All right, so today marks exactly 1 week after we all witnessed, as NFL fans, the worst call in Super Bowl history. Shit, not one of the worst calls, but the worst call in Super Bowl history. Possibly the worst call in NFL history, right? And it wasn't imagined. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't a simulation between, a Madden 2015 simulation matchup between the Seahawks and the Patriots, right? Last Sunday, and then this Sunday, tonight, they're actually going to play the real Super Bowl game. No, it wasn't a play where there was a penalty and then the play was redone. It wasn't a game that they were able to play over again. This shit was reality. This is what really happened, right? And the reality was that Pete Carroll, on second down, with 4 yards to go, told Russell Wilson to throw a fucking pass instead of hand it off to Marshawn Lynch, who, by the way, was averaging more than 4 yards per carry, 4.3 to be precise, in this game. So he averaged more than he actually needed to get a touchdown. And he had 3 tries to do it. We all understand that there was a fucking 99.9% chance that if Marshawn Lynch would have got the ball, that the Seahawks would have been holding up the Lombardi trophy. Because he had 3 tries to do it, for one. There was only 4 yards, for two. And for three, Marshawn Lynch is named Beast Mode because he's known for breaking fucking tackles. You can hit Marshawn Lynch at the line of scrimmage and he'll still end up giving you 3 yards. It takes like 5 or 6 fucking dudes to put this dude on the ground, man. How do you not go to him? How do you not go to him? No. Pete Carroll was on the side like, yeah, we're going to trick him. You see, they know we only 4 yards out, right? And they know we got beast mode. So I guarantee you, they're going to be looking to stop beast mode. They're going to be looking to stop the run. But we're going to throw a wrench in their plans and throw this here pass play. Stupidest fucking call ever. And the worst thing happened. And I'm not talking about the ball being intercepted in the end zone, right? While you're down late in the fourth quarter and this is your last chance to win the game. This is literally the last play of your season. I ain't talking about that. That's too easy. The worst thing that happened was that you're down late in the Super Bowl, the most important game of the year, right? The most important game of your sport, right? You're down late in the fourth. It's your last play possibly of the season, or it could be. You had 2 more tries after this one. But anyway, each down could have been your last play of the season, right? And it gets intercepted by a rookie. Not only by a rookie, but by an undrafted rookie that was signed out of the fucking free agent pool in Malcolm Butler. That's some fucked up shit. That's some fucked up shit. That's the type of shit that if this was high school football, the coach possibly would have been fired and the damn quarterback might be on the second string next year. Y'all remember that movie, Not Another Team movie, right? With Jake Wilder, he made a stupid ass boneheaded play, kind of like this. You know what I'm saying? He threw the shit to Marty, and Marty got hit by 2 defensive linemen and got his fucking torso ripped in half. So he went from first string to third string. This type of shit that would have happened to Russell Wilson. You know what I'm saying? Same type of shit. Unfucking believable. Then on top of that, right? On top of that, right after, you get the fucking encroachment. Oh my goodness. They intercept the ball in the end zone, right? So basically, they're going to be looking for a way. They were actually scrambling. They called a timeout right after this because they needed to think of a way to get out of the end zone. The best possible way to get out of the end zone against a defense that is exceptional at the front, right? They had to find a way to get out of the end zone so they don't get a safety and have to kick off to the Seahawks again and give them the ball with the opportunity to score again with only like 23 or 24 and some odd seconds left in the game, right? So they did intercept the ball, but they still had to make a smart play in order to win the game, in order to be guaranteed the game, right? The Patriots did. But instead, the Seahawks commit a fucking encroachment. Automatic 5 yards. Patriots get out of the end zone and they're able to nail the ball to win the game. Isn't this fucking amazing? Two boneheaded dumb fuck calls back to back. And you know what's funny? I sound like a Seahawks fan because it still pisses me off a week later, but I'm not a Seahawks fan. My team hasn't made the Super Bowl since 2012 or 2010. I can't even fucking remember. You know what I'm saying? I think 2010. It's been 5 years since my team has made the Super Bowl. So I don't, you know what I'm saying? I have no stock in either of these teams. I just want to make that shit clear. But I call it like it is. This is real talk for real fans. You know what I'm saying? And real talk is the Patriots would have lost if they would have just gave the fucking ball to Marshawn Lynch. That's real talk. But I'm not saying the Seahawks played a good game. This was a high scoring game, so it's obviously not in the Seahawks' favor. They're a defensive team. They like to keep their opponents under 10 points a game, right? That's what they do. That's what they thrive on. The fucking score was 28-24. This is a high scoring game for the Seahawks. So that means their bread and butter, their defense, it was not on it wasn't doing its thing, right? Shit, after Jeremy Lane intercepted that pass in the end zone in the first quarter, they absolutely acted like they had no more foundation, their defense. And there's a nasty pick. You've probably seen it by now, but after he intercepts the ball, right, he's trying to break his fall, and he fucking lands on his left hand or his left wrist, and like his arm is like completely the top part of his arm where his wrist is like completely horizontal. It's like parallel to the ground. That shit's disgusting. But that's why he was out for the rest of the game. He broke his wrist, right? Might have broke the bottom portion of his fucking arm bone, whatever that shit's called. But that shit was disgusting, right? But after that happened, it's like the defense acted like they had no foundation anymore. Like they couldn't stop they couldn't stop Tom Brady. They couldn't stop him. I mean, he had 50 attempts, 37 completions for 328 yards. Yes, he did throw another interception after that to their linebacker, but he also had 4 touchdowns. So I mean, he made up for the 2 interceptions. He scored 4 times. That's a complete makeup. I mean, they couldn't stop him. So their defense really wasn't doing shit anyway. They didn't have a good game. You know what I'm saying? Amendola, Gronkowski, Vereen, they were smashing the shit out this defense. They were smashing the secondary. Richard Sherman was completely just gone out of this game. All the shit talking, this motherfucker was completely non-existent. And they threw to his side. They threw up the field. They threw down the middle. They threw on the other side. They threw everywhere. Tom Brady threw the ball everywhere. You know what I'm saying? So there's no fucking excuses. And to his credit, I haven't seen or heard him make any type of fucking excuses after this game. So I credit him, he's taking his loss like a big man, and he should. You know what I'm saying? He didn't do shit, and his team made 2 boneheaded ass decisions at the end of the game. The defense was terrible the whole game, and he's taking his L like a man, and he should. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, Amendola, Gronkowski, Vereen, they smashed his defense, but fucking Julian Edelman killed these cats. He murdered them. And this is a guy that only had 3 touchdowns the whole year coming into this game, and scored one in the most important game of his sport. And he had don't quote me, he had 9 catches for 109 yards, and he was averaging over 12 yards per carry, or per catch, excuse me. I mean, he dominated the Seattle defense. He dominated them. But still, the headline of this game is the 2 fucking boneheaded ass plays that probably would, in any other league, maybe not college, but high school, possibly college. I can't remember the dude's name, but the motherfucker that did the encroachment, he would be cut next year, and Russell Wilson would be possibly second string. Pete Carroll would something would happen to him too. Dumbest fucking call in NFL history. But what's next for Seattle? We got some key free agents, right? Jermaine Kearse, big part of their offense, and you got Malcolm Smith, their linebacker. He was actually the MVP of last year's Super Bowl, right? But the bigger story is not their free agents. Those are the two key guys that will be free agents next year. But they're still pretty stacked for their last season. And a lot of their guys are young, so they were on rookie contracts, right? The big story here is Russell Wilson, and he's on his last year of his contract going into the 2015-2016 season, and he's going to be making $798,651, right? And this is going to be his last contract, his last rookie contract. And then you got Marshawn Lynch, and he's also in his last year of his contract, right? So that's the story there, because Russell Wilson, he's still on his rookie contract, but he's been to the Super Bowl twice, and he's won one and was only one play away from winning two, right? So we may be looking at Russell Wilson being one of the highest paid quarterbacks in the NFL in the next coming seasons, right? Possible. So what does that mean for Marshawn Lynch? That means if they're putting a lot of their money in Russell Wilson, that means that Marshawn Lynch is only getting the leftovers. And we know Marshawn Lynch's attitude from the past, right? He's hinted at retirement before. Well, he's doing that same song again. He's singing the same song. He's talking about retirement again, right? And a lot of people speculate, he hasn't said, but a lot of people speculate it's because a lot of the attention is going to be going to Russell Wilson. I myself believe that as well. You know what I mean? Because before this season started, during the off-season workouts, he held out in the off-season workouts because he was negotiating his contract, right? And he pretty much held out, started hinting at retirement, thinking that the Seahawks would pretty much budge off of their position of whatever the contract they had already set for him, whatever they had already had on the negotiation table. He was hoping they would budge off of that, which they didn't. So he said, "Fuck it, I'll play. I still got 2 years." But he's going to try to do the same thing this year because on your last year is when most of the negotiation happens. And Pete Carroll recently already said that they've been negotiating this whole season with Marshawn Lynch. He also said he made a statement as if negotiations are pretty much closed and they're leaving it up to Marshawn Lynch. This is what Pete Carroll has recently said. So basically, it's like this: you either gonna retire or you gonna play again, and then you take the contract that they've already negotiated for you, or you can play this year, not take the contract, play for somebody else. I mean, he's young. He's 28 years old. He turns 29 in April. You know what I'm saying? He's younger than me. So he's a young guy. There's no reason for him to hit in retirement, but maybe, you know what I'm saying, he feels like he's gotten out of the NFL all he can get. He's got his own clothing line now. I mean, so similar to how Barry Sanders felt. He felt like he got out of the NFL all he can get and he retired at a young age. We might see that with Marshawn Lynch. You know what I mean? But I truly believe that Russell Wilson's going to get majority of the money. I don't think that if what Pete Carroll is what he's saying is true, that they've already negotiated to the point where the ball is now in Marshawn Lynch's court. If that statement is true, I don't believe that the Seahawks are going to budge any further. Uh, Lynch hinting at retirement because he wants more money is not going to work again, just like he tried to do it this past season. I think whatever they've already given him or what they plan on giving him is what they're going to give him because they're saving their money for Russell Wilson. And in my opinion, Russell Wilson's the younger guy, so from a business standpoint, that's what you should do. Now, from a fan standpoint, right, I think it's a dumb move because beast mode is the anchor of this offense. Russell Wilson's a good player. I'm not taking anything away from him. He's made a lot of big ass plays, throughout the season. He made some big ass plays in that fucking comeback game against the Packers 2 weeks ago, right? And he made some big plays in this game against the Patriots, right? But the thing is, beast mode takes majority of the attention. Their offense is their running game. You understand? So beast mode takes majority of their attention. Let's eliminate beast mode, right? Let's eliminate him and put just a decent running back and place him. Shit, let's take the Patriots running back and put him in place of fucking beast mode. Then Russell Wilson is not going to look as good as he's been looking, in my opinion, because with all the attention on your running back, the opportunity for you to make big plays is there because a lot of the attention is not on you. You know what I'm saying? Teams are trying to stop beast mode. They're not trying to stop Russell Wilson when they go out there to play the Seahawks offense. You understand that? So basically, the opportunity for a young guy like Wilson to make bad mistakes is the probability of that is low because he has an excellent guy standing next to him or standing behind him in beast mode. So me personally as a fan, I hope they give beast mode whatever he's asking for and try to negotiate with Russell Wilson. Be like, look, man, we need beast mode. He's the anchor of our offense. You are a quarterback. You're our leader, but this is the anchor of our offense. Can you settle with this? And Russell Wilson, he's a good guy. He's a good kid, and he plays baseball. I don't think he would trip. He's already said he wants to be a Seattle Seahawk forever. So, from the business standpoint, the owner and the GMs, they need to look at that and be like, oh, well, he's already said he wants to be here forever, so let's lower what we're going to give him, give more to Marshawn Lynch. That's what I personally believe should happen. Um, Also, they're thinking about getting Suh, and I'm not about to sit here and pronounce that dude's first name, but the DT, the defensive tackle for the Indianapolis Colts. There's been some buzz about him signing with the Seahawks, so that's gonna make their defense even more better. Suh's one of the motherfuckers that don't care. He'll smack you in the face, spit in your fucking eye, spit through your helmet. You know what I'm saying? Take his helmet off, try to beat your ass. He's violent. He don't give a fuck. That's exactly the type of guy that needs to be on the Seahawks. Perfect guy for that defense. So if they get him, look at the Seahawks looking real nice next year. What do you guys think? Do you think that the call made by Pete Carroll and then the encroachment, the two biggest boneheaded fucking plays in NFL history, do you believe just that? Do you think they're the worst calls in NFL history? Also, do you believe that Marshawn Lynch should get more attention in these negotiations for the 2016-2017 season? Should he get more attention than Russell Wilson? Do you believe he's the anchor of their offense? Do you believe that he's more important? Also, what do you think about Suh possibly ending up going to the Seattle Seahawks? Let me know what y'all think. Do what you do in the comments section, but be real. Oh, by the way, I wanted to throw this in there real quick. The rookie undrafted free agent Malcolm Butler that made the biggest play in that Super Bowl for the Patriots, the interception. All he got for his troubles was that Chevy truck that Tom Brady won when he won MVP. He got that truck from him, but he's got to pay taxes on it now. Fucking ironic. Anyway, do what you do in the comments section, but be real. This is real talk for real fans. One.